Glad to have you with us from Bloomington, Indiana, Memorial Stadium. High noon is here, and this showdown is ready to roll on EA Sports College Football. So North Texas kicker headed to the football to start this 2026 season. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. So Indiana's offense will have the ball first. And here are the guys who make it go. Just an outstanding offensive line.
And this offensive line obviously has its strengths, but you're to look further than that left side. Like, this offense gets a little bit run-heavy to the left for a reason. Left guard, left tackle, the strength of this unit. They work so well together, great individual players. And Palmer, sometimes when you got a side of the line that's a little bit more dominant, don't be afraid to go that way more often.
No question about it. I think on critical down and distances, when they need to have a play, especially on short yardage goal line going for it on fourth down, the left side is who they're going to be running behind. You've got two tackle and left guard that are going to play on Sundays, and that is a special combination that a lot of offensive lines wish they had.
Right back to the well. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
And here's what you know about Indiana football. They're going to be physical. They're going to be so well coached and disciplined, and they're going to run the football. It was the key ingredient to helping Fernando Mendoza win a Heisman, like the ability to RPO off of it. So, Palmer, I don't know who the names are going to be throughout the season, but I know they're going to run downhill, no nonsense, and they'll have a guy that they'll hitch their wagon to.
Yeah, everybody talking about losing Mendoza, but Black and Hemby were a big part of that thing, too. I think the offensive line, though, was key to it all. And anytime you have two 1,000-yard rushers, it's because the guys up front are pushing people around, and that was the secret sauce to Indiana's Cinderella.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover.
Man, the attempt you wanted to start. First pass of the game, interception. This is where you go over to the sidelines, you have a good talk with your coach, you settle down. It's not the end of the world, it's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. There he goes. And he'll go down, but not before the big pickup and the first down.
Man, this guy is so dangerous with the ball in his hand. That was an RPO. He caught that thing behind the line of scrimmage, but once his speed is elusive.
Runs it into the house. Now, Mean Green. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. On the ground with the counter. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. All right, guys, let's talk a little Indiana. They won their first national championship last year, something I know many in the fan base thought would never happen. And now, also for the first time, they're the hunted. How do you handle that over the course of the season?
You got to raise your sense of urgency, no question about it. David, every day this offseason has felt like a celebration on campus for their fans. Winning that title a year ago, but now you've got to know you've got the...
Because you got your first natty, man. It's fantastic. Whatever happens this year, who cares? You got a ring. You were the king.
Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. That defense got gas, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing, but you...
And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. The free safety timed his rush perfectly on the blitz, and they come up with the sack.
Yeah, and the free safety usually stays deep and plays coverage, plays in the middle of the field, but they spin him down, bring him in the blitz. You could tell, caught the offense off guard, and he gets the quarterback and gets the sack.
Pulls it in, it's shot, and he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches, I'm getting the first down. I'd say...
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? Extra point here will tie the game. Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and they'll get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. It's complete to the left. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. That can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically.
Breaks into the open. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the
He lost it high and deep down the left side. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
He's knocked down short game, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry. North Texas really has it going on offense. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's White. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
You know, there used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You'd throw it to him and they'd go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And then he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any defense. Man, he's a problem.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. They'll run the option. Pulls it on the option. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
The run inside. It's White. He's brought down right at the 30-yard line, well within field goal range, but let's see what they do on this fourth down.
Listen, I would feed this guy. Listen, I can run RPOs all I want, but I just need to know if it's a tie, give it to this guy. He'll make plays. He's got speed. He'll hit the hole. He's a physical runner, so I keep feeding this guy for sure.
He'll pitch it. He never had a chance to convert this fourth down as the defense makes the stop.
Low man wins. Defense that time on fourth down was expecting run. You saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
Got it in the middle. It's Becker. Snags it, and there's running room. The 20. Inside. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Hoosiers. Did not take long. North Texas sends the offense out to get this drive going. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove.
Could be an alley. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. North Texas in the hurry-up.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Trying to escape and get it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
Caught in the backfield. It's Milner. Turning it on. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offensive success.
Defense holds their ground, pickup of a yard. It's at the 26. They'll keep it on the ground. Just couldn't get away from the tackle. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
That is no good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make great. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. The short hands. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
And that's the advantage of being a big wide receiver, because now you're a big target. And on these slant routes, you don't have to run the perfect route, but you can use your...
Grabs it up to 25 in stride. Touchdown, Hoosiers! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And so many times the safeties tell the tape, and that's what QBs are studying and reading, and he drops back, and you could tell he sees his receiver coming from the right side, and he knows exactly where he's going to end up with that post, pushes the ball down the field for the big play, got the safety out of position, made the big touchdown throw.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Mean Green offense heads out onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half, down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really, really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum.
Oh, he's got some space. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down.
Man, that's so frustrating. And it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. You know they'd love to convert this 3rd down after missing a field goal on the last drive. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play. Makes the grab in their space. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Got it behind the line. It's Tipton. Timeout taken by the offense. It's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Third down. Red zone play. Crowd alive. From the gun. Wants to pass. Good timing on the quick out. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. A first down run on the doorstep. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Just enough time to get off one more snap. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Hoosiers will kick it off to start the second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. Before we kick off the second half, Holly Rowe, what do you have?
I caught up with the Mean Green head coach at the half. One of the things he talked to his team about in the locker room was this defense has to get things fixed. Too many missed opportunities, too many missed assignments there. The offense has the ball right now, and they can make up some ground, but this team talking together, both offense and defense have to get on the same page to get back in this game. Guys?
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding third and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, and made a nice tackle to force a fourth down. Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football. And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Keeps it on the bootleg. Catch in the middle. It's Marsh. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. See what they dial up on 1st and 10. Running inside. It's Beebe. Maybe some room here. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. And the Hoosiers come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. On the move, it's Beebe. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. He's piled up 87 yards rushing, and he's making sure the defense feels him in this opening game. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Beebe. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. absolutely center cut. And that will extend their lead even further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game. Makes the catch, and he's free. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. North Texas in the hurry-up.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be.
There he goes. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Tipton. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Into the third quarter of this opening week of the season, it's now... Here's how the career starts, his first carry. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. Now down 2 touchdowns, 24-10.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Let's go down to the sideline and Holly.
Hey guys, checking in from the Indiana sideline. There is a lot of excitement right now on the sideline. I see their quarterback going up to guys and saying, let's keep eating. This is what they expected from him, and he has gotten them off to a terrific start. They've got the lead, and he has performed well. No big surprise. He is their guy, and he is showing that leadership down here today. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Got a man. It's shot. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule, and what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. Punt is on its way. Catches it at the 15. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle. It's Reese. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. On the move. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. What a day it's been on the ground for these 2 guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. They'll go back to work with the first down in the final period. He wants to change this route. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6. North Texas in the hurry up.
And nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Going to try to get it himself. Slides to the ground. He got away and picked up the first down on a 2nd and long. North Texas really has it going on offense.
You know, as a quarterback, when you make good decisions like that, your coordinator and play caller are going to keep dialing up these RPO-type plays, right? Nobody open. You're not forcing the football into traffic. You're not freaking out and throwing it away or running out of bounds. Just go.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
We've already seen the gifts he has, man. You've seen him dance. You've seen him rush, like really good speed. That's what we talked about coming to this football game, trying to get some negative plays. A better job by the defense there, being aggressive.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. North Texas has it going to work with another first down.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
That last completion left them with 2nd and 3. Let's see how aggressive they are.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
North Texas will come to the line with a 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Got 4 receivers spread across the field, 3 on the right on 2nd and 4. Using his feet. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. If they can pay off this 3rd and goal opportunity, man, oh man, those collars start getting a little tight across the way. He might want another play. Quarterback will keep it. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, North Texas.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. He'll bring it out. It's Morris. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And first down here as we dive into the college football season, a week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. Breaks into the open. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. The Hoosiers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. Now 2nd down as they try to run this clock. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
All right, so I know the defense is going to be aggressive, right? They got their stop. They forced a 3rd down. How aggressive does the offense want to be in response? Because if I throw the football, get a first down, I can run this clock almost out. This defense has to make a choice, but this offense, how aggressive do you want to be?
The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this 4th down. Punt is on its way. Wants to return it. He only needs a sliver of daylight. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. He's taking a deep shot. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
And it seems to be a lot easier for the quarterback to find this guy than it is for the defense.
Yeah, and I think this is a guy ways as possible because he is one of those matchup problems. Linebackers aren't going to be able to run with him, so try to find ways to maximize that little guy's speed and athletic ability.
Just going to keep it after the snap. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. Timeout taken by the offense is their second. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Buys a little time with his feet. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And the quarterback gets hit. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Jackson going to throw it. Fires to the right. It's complete. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking downfield on first down. Got his man on the right. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Tries to do it himself on the draw. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical, downhill, 2nd and goal. Nice job getting the stop, forcing the 3rd down.
Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. And the pass is caught for a touchdown. And it looks as if we could be headed to overtime.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
And they are a mere extra point away from tying this game. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the 4th. That last drive covered 52 yards on their way to the score. And they decide to tie it up in the final seconds. Looks as if we could be headed for free football. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Gonna run it. It's Beebe. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Wants to throw. It's Hoover. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's incomplete, and the clock strikes 0, and we are headed to overtime. We'll get it started here in overtime. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Makes the grab. Steps out of bounds just inside the 20. They'll mark him down at the 18.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Hey, man, that's unbelievable. That is a really good job of seeing the blitz right away and getting rid of the football. Like, that is quarterback 101. Understand they're blitzing, they're coming, see it, take advantage of it, get the completion, and move the sticks.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Staring at a 3rd and long here in this first overtime possession. They didn't quite get organized in time. They'll call a timeout with just 3 seconds remaining on the play clock. Now 3rd and long here in overtime as this defense wants to force a field goal attempt. Jackson will throw. Takes the easy one to the back. Touchdown, Mean Green. They get on the board first here in the overtime period.
I think that pass play was simply designed just to get him the football in space and let him do the rest. Obviously, they're not throwing that into the end zone, but they feel like they've got guys, especially at the running back position, that if you just give them an opportunity, they can make people miss and score like he did right there.
And he tacks on the extra point. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, in the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. A shot toward the end zone. Almost had the huge interception there. Man, what a change that would have been. Instead, we're looking at 3rd down. 3rd down in overtime, and they need to get it to the end zone. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana! They got it in the end zone. Now a decision to make with a point after.
Obviously very hard to complete passes this area of the field. Nice execution. Now you're down by 1, and now you got to make the decision. Are we going to go for it and try to end the game right here and put this game in our offense's hands? What do you think?
And that's why I love having the ball second, because I get the opportunity to do this. I knew they scored a touchdown. We scored a touchdown. Now, do I want to go for the win, or do I want to continue this game on? It's so nice to have the ball second.
One extra period didn't get it done, and we start the second OT. Looking downfield, it's Hoover. With the catch, it's Barker. First catch of his career, and you see why they believe this freshman tight end can contribute early.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Beebe. Might have a chance. Touchdown, Indiana! Got it in to take the lead here in the second OT.
And that's a big problem for this defense. When you get that guy in space, it's hard to catch him. You got to bottle him up near the line of scrimmage. Palmer, too much daylight too early in that run.
Yeah, you're right, David. And I think that's what makes this guy unique. With his skill sets, you just know it's a matter of time. You just keep giving him the football. Good things are going to happen. Long touchdowns are going to happen. You saw it right there.
Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Using his legs, it's Alexander. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. North Texas in the hurry-up.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Makes the grab over the middle. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
That's just a tremendous individual effort by the defender. He's able to defeat his block and get to the ball and get the ball down on the ground. Very, very nice job.
Punch it out of the air. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
Looking to the end zone. Oh, and this one's picked off. A huge overtime turnover. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. It always comes down to a few key plays in a game like this, but to lose in overtime, just an absolute kick in the gut. That's a